guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we're talking about support during pregnancy, labor, delivery, and postnatal. So, when a woman is pregnant, it's quite a complicated stage in her life because a lot of things change. One, her body feels like it's someone else's. Two, there's the different diseases that come with it, like the morning sickness, and others get gestational diabetes, others get UTIs, others get high blood pressure. And there's just the feeling of fatigue, and there's the feeling of backaches. There's so many things that happen to a woman when she is pregnant. So, at such a time, a woman needs all the support that she can get. There are three types of support that a woman can actually needs. The first kind of support is the emotional support. The second kind of support is the physical support. And the third kind of support is the informational support. So, why does a woman need all these three types of support? A woman needs these three types of support because she needs to know that she's not alone. That because at the end of the day, we say, mtoto ni wa kijiji. I'm just from watching Wadamaya. I think everybody knows Wadamaya. He was live and he was looking for a word that can, a positive word that we can use as a slogan to unite Africa. And people were suggesting the word pamoja and umoja. It's the same thing for a child. You cannot raise a child on your own, not after you've delivered the baby or even before. It takes a village. So, that being said, that being said, you need to know that a pregnant woman cannot, or can, but it will be too much, cannot be able to take the whole burden of pregnancy, the whole burden of labor, the whole burden of delivery, and the whole burden of raising a child after giving birth, as in a new handling a newborn on her own. Emotional support mainly usually comes from the spouse, the father of the child, him being present in a woman's life and being there to be like a shoulder to lean on, someone she can talk to. It usually really helps the whole pregnancy because the woman knows that there's a friend mainly. But in some situations where the father is not there, you can have your mother there, or your father, your sibling, or your friend, just basically just having someone who you can cry a shoulder to lean on, someone you can talk to, telling them how you feel, telling them how your body is changing, just your worries, your fears. That's the emotional support that every pregnant woman needs. And it doesn't end when the baby is born, it also goes on even after the baby is born. The physical kind of support mainly is the fact that the woman cannot do the many chores that she was able to do, especially cooking becomes a hassle because a pregnant woman has issues with smells. So having someone who can help you like with the cooking, and having someone who can help with the house chores, having someone who can just help you around the house is very very important for a pregnant woman. And that's mainly the physical support. Then the informational support comes from the clinic, from the hospital, because the hospital, through the classes and the Lama's classes, the prenatal classes, the information the woman gets from the gynecologist, from the midwives, from the nurses, this gives her some confidence to be able to handle labor and delivery, and that makes her feel that at least she's not alone. And that basically covers the three types of support that a woman needs during her pregnancy, labor, delivery, and giving birth to the baby. So, what? Why is it so important to have support during pregnancy, delivery, labor, and when the newborn comes home? It's important to have this because, interestingly enough, scientifically, the placenta usually produces a hormone. It's called the PCRH. This hormone is a stress hormone, and this stress hormone is usually in large amounts in the first trimester. It goes reducing in the second trimester, and it should be in super low levels in the third trimester. However, when a woman does not have enough support during her pregnancy, this hormone is usually it increases in the third trimester. And what happens is it's reflected after the baby is born, and you find that women who are found to have high levels of the PCRH, when they give birth, they are the women who are prone to having the postnatal, yeah, the postnatal depression more than the women whose levels are on the lower side. So we want to bring this baby safely to the world. That's important. But at the same time, we need to have our mental health in order. So get the best kind of support you can. Have someone there to talk to, someone to help you, someone to take the walks with you, someone to do all this. And interestingly enough, though, okay, you have had a friend there. She's helped you with the chores. You've had your husband there. You've had your mother there. You've had your siblings there. They've helped you through the pregnancy, the shopping. They've cooked for you. They've done prayers for you. They've done baby showers. They've done the gender thingy. So now you're going to give birth. When you're giving birth, yeah, your family can be some good support, but at the same time, sometimes you usually advise to get a professional who can help you through the labor and delivery at a professional level than your family, and that's when you consider getting a doula. A doula is she's a it's you can get a male or female doula, but her purpose is to be there to talk you through the labor, to remind you of the different birthing position, to remind, to consult, to just walk with you, to listen at a level that she's a professional, so she's there to mainly listen and support, give you all the support that maybe your spouse can't give you, because when you go to deliver, it becomes a whole different story. This guy who was a lion for those 9 months, he might be there and you're screaming, and you want the bathing stool 1 minute, you want to walk the next minute, you're screaming 1 minute, you're smiling the next. He might get lost in all these emotions, and then he's like, he's also worried about the baby, he's worried about you, so he might cave in and not know exactly what to do. So that's when you're advised to have a doula. Interestingly enough, the hospital is a very good place for you. It's a resource, and we should all learn how to use it. The information and support given by the hospital does not end when the baby is delivered. It goes on. When you go home with a baby, this is a whole new thing for you. You don't know what to do. You don't know why the baby is crying. You don't know when to feed the baby. There are questions. Maybe the baby is crying too much. You wonder, is the baby sick? That's when you go back to the hospital. You call your pediatrician, you call your gynecologist, especially for the women you have CS. You're constantly worried about your stitches and about the wound. Is it healing well? The pain, will the pain subside by itself? That's when now you go back to the clinic, and you don't go back to the clinic. That's why you have the numbers for the medical practitioners, and you can call them when you're worried about the baby. Call the pediatrician. Even when you're worried about your lactation, if the baby is lactating well, you can call the lactation consultants, the midwives, the nurses. Call these people and talk to them about any fear that you have, especially for new parents. You have so many fears. Talk to them and take the support. But the most important thing at the end of the day is not being afraid to talk. Talking is the hardest, but even in pregnancy, you don't want to be a burden to anybody. So you just put everything in, and you just keep your issues to yourself. But learn to talk, learn to share. When you're sad, say I'm sad. When you're tired, especially when the newborn comes home, say you're tired. Ask for help. Let people take the baby from you for a while. Take a nap. This is not only good for you as a parent, like a mother, it's also good for you, for your relationship, because your spouse is able to help, and this also cements your relationship to very many levels. So take all the support you can and build a healthy support system when you're expectant, when you're about to deliver, when you're going to labor, when you deliver, and when the newborn comes home. Till next time, this is Alician, aka Kangi, aka Kajua. Have a lovely evening, and bye.